Perfect time, the quick finish of the last ball. It was a good over till then. Yes, again, rolling his fingers back of a length. Good reach, or time that one. Comfortably taken on the boundaries. A tall man takes the catch. And an important partnership being broken. This is still anybody's game with 10 needed from 6. It's 137 for 5.
फिर से चल पड़ी है आज वो हुनर की हवा और एक ही सवाल पूछती है बता कुछ में अलग है क्या?
Oh my God!
India's Got Talent. Tara Kubasera Tara Ndomaji. Sony Live on Sony Entertainment Television.
सर ये कप क्या है? पूरे इंडिया की फुटबॉल टीम खेल रही है। कश्मीर के बिना पूरा इंडिया कैसे होगा? हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब के साथ यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियल मैड्रिड बना। यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं मिलेगा, इज्जत भी मिलेगी, जिसके लिए कश्मीरी बरसों से तरस रहे हैं।
Good work, wicket off that last ball. One thing that's important about that wicket off the last ball is that Afridi's about 6'5", 6'6". Rinku Singh now in the middle. 10 from that last over. That's what's required now. What a finish to this Asia Cup 2025. 10 required. Tilak Varma's been superb. He's 60 off 50. Hasn't had much strike of late. And it's Haris Rauf who's going to be bowling the last over. He's got some tap today. Been going at 12 and over. And there's the signal letting us know, as Ravi was saying, that there's one boundary rider that's come off the boundary due to the slow over rate. So many captains have been caught by that in this tournament. Right, here we go. 10 from 6. That's the equation. Oh, just over the top of Haris Rauf. Trying to scramble back for the second. And they do get a couple off the first.
There's such an thing. 10 up, you're defending in the last over. You want that extra fielder out. Not easy to defend. This will have to be an excellent over. But Haris Rauf has to pull this out for Pakistan.
If India win, it'll be their 9th Asia Cup. Pakistan win, it'll be the 3rd. 8 from 5. There's the boundary riders, only 4. .62 not out. Worked that nicely. And it's gone for 6. What a shot that is.
Brilliant under pressure. Tilak Varma. What a temperament. To pull off shots like this in a huge game, a pressure game, and do it so calmly, so composed. This is magnificent. It's come right out of the screws. And he's picked the bones out of that one as he smashes it into the crowd. There's Gautam Gambhir. He knows the importance of that hit. What it does, it's just 2 needed now for India. The crowd erupt. So 2 needed of 4. That's how big a hit that was. Oh, Mark Haseman mentioned he's got some tap today. Haris Rauf, he's gone for 45. Comes steaming in. Down the ground, the score's tied. Just 1 needed from 3 with Rinku Singh on strike.
Tell you what a finish. What a finish in this game. Terrific shot from Tilak Varma. That's 6. Outstanding shot.
It's a man of the match performances. Very few people will realize how big an innings this is in the circumstances. This is India-Pakistan. It's a final. It's in front of a full house. India were 20 for 3. And he's kept his nerve, but it's Rinku Singh now. Just 1 needed, the field up. over. It's India who win the Asia Cup for the 9th time. It's been a thrilling final. Rinku Singh, first game of the tournament, one ball he plays, puts it away to the boundary. And a huge sigh of relief in that dugout. And have a look at Tilak Verma. He's a national hero with this kind of effort. But a match, like we mentioned, worthy of a final.
Absolutely. Terrific game. Really tight. Right towards the very end. But Tilak Verma right at the end. Well, he came so good with that big six. And then the winning boundary as well. Really good to see. Terrific stuff from Winko. So outstanding work from India. Pakistan are absolutely distraught. They don't have to think too much further than the lack of runs. There are times where they would have thought they were right in this, of course, when they had the ball in their hand and the wickets are tumbling. But India, magnificent work at winning the Asia Cup 2025. Congratulations to India.
Yes, and some of the bowling choices left a lot to be desired. He went for 50 from 3.4 overs, Haris Rao. But a good, tough match. And India held their nerve. Two good partnerships back to back. But Tilak Verma staying there till the end and playing a match-winning innings. 69 from just 53 balls. An innings under extreme pressure to help India win its 9th Asia Cup.
सर ये DFO कप क्या है? पूरा इंडिया की फुटबॉल टीम खेल रही है। कश्मीर के बिना पूरा इंडिया कैसे होगा? सर हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब की जरूरत है। यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियाल मैड्रिड बना। यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं सर इज्जत भी मिलेगी, जिसके लिए कश्मीरी बरसों से तरस रहे हैं।
மெர்சிக் என்ற சிறுமி காணாமல் போனது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது.
அந்த பொண்ணு உங்கள்கிட்ட பேசும்போது சந்தேகப்படுற மாதிரி வித்தியாசம் ஏதாவது தோணுச்சா? இல்லை சார்,
இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் பணம் வராது.
முடிச்சுட்டு போக பணம் வராது.
Is there distraught, of course, the Pakistan spectators and players, but India by far the better team throughout the tournament, by far, and they certainly deserved this win, even though there were one or two little hiccups. Pakistan just not scoring enough runs, that's the bottom line. It's a really happy bunch of players from India. Superb stuff from India. There's the captain, he's absolutely delighted with his team and signaling to the supporters as well. Samson played his role. There goes the big bear hug to Tilak Verma because of his 69 off 53 balls, 4 sixes and 3 fours. Rinku just had the one delivery, got a boundary to steer them home. So superb stuff from India to get up by 5 wickets. Look at these happy supporters from India. No one's budged at this ground. Really, it's been a magnificent atmosphere throughout the entire game, which has been good to see. And Kuldeep, he certainly played his role, that's for sure. Bowled absolutely beautifully, picked up 4 wickets, 3 wickets in his last over as well, and 17 wickets throughout the tournament. So really good stuff from Kuldeep. There they go, they're pretty relaxed at the moment, but gee, they'll be very proud of themselves, that's for sure. Right, let's go downstairs now to Sanjay.
Well, I thought it was appropriate that Rinku Singh has to be the man that we talk to because he's played how many balls in the tournament?
Only one.
And yeah, the ball that mattered.
यह तो कोई मैटर नहीं करता सर. यही था कि अगर एक जो जितना भी बॉल मिलता है उतना कंट्रीब्यूट करूँ अपनी टीम के लिए और वही हुआ लास्ट बॉल पे 1 रन चाहिए था मैं 3 बॉल पे तो शॉट लगा अच्छा सर.
Yeah, because I was watching you take your stance and I was there with Simon Toole and I said watch the first ball because that is exactly I thought would happen.
यही दिमाग में रहता है कि सर सबको पता है कि मैं फिनिशर के रोल में माना जाता हूँ, तो वही मौका आज भी मिला था, तो एक ही बॉल मिली, कोई नई टीम जीती है तो अच्छा माहौल है सर.
And that ball could have pitched anywhere and you were thinking of going for the big one.
हाँ सर, कहीं भी.
Well done, Rinku. Congratulations.
Thank you sir, thank you.
Simon.
Yeah, Sanjay, thanks. I've got Morne Morkel alongside me. Morne, how good does that one feel? And talk me through the bowling performance, your specific role.
Yeah, special performance by the boys tonight. You know, we were slightly behind the game in the second innings after a slow power play with the bat. But yeah, I thought, you know, the guys summed up the conditions of the ball quite well. A nice opportunity for Shivan Dubey tonight to take that first over, to take responsibility, and I thought he set the tone quite beautifully for that. And what a way to finish it with the bat.
The spinners through the middle, simply brilliant, I think. And without Hardik tonight to open the bowling, Shivan Dubey did a terrific job.
Yeah, you know, that's sort of something we've discussed going into the tournament, that it might be an opportunity for him to use a new ball up front, and then unfortunately Hardik, you know, got injured now in the previous game, and he had to step up, and I thought he did that beautifully.
How hard do you work? How hard are these guys working throughout this tournament? And what are you doing with them?
Yeah, look, I mean, our practice sessions are very focused. You know, the guys know how to go and get themselves ready for the games, and it was quite hot here in Dubai, so we had to manage that quite well. And towards the back end, we played a lot of back-to-back games, so to manage and recover well was key. And yeah, just to get ourselves mentally into good space for a big final today. You know, we knew Pakistan were going to come out. There was a lot on the line, obviously, in the final, but it's about the team that can hold their nerves the best. And I thought, you know, towards the back end here, our guys had a lot of experience. And Shubham also just taking that partnership with Tilak Deep was key.
All right, well, I always say, batters win your games, bowlers win your tournaments. Well done, mate. Good, great job from you. Sanjay, over to you.
Well, see how lucky we are to have these two spinning wizards with us, and we've got Hari also joining us now. Kuldeep, I know you got 4 wickets, but I'm going to talk to him first because he got the 2 crucial wickets. I mean, just imagine the guys who got out, you know, so talk to us about those 2 wickets, 2 set batters looking very dangerous.
Yeah, I feel great. Definitely, at that time, I was going for the wickets, and Fakar and Shahzada Farhan, they were going well, and yes, I had done some plans, and it worked out in the way, but Kuldeep came and finished. Yeah, it gave me memories of KKR when we were playing together, and he's always a star. He's the best, one of the best spinners, yeah.
So there you go, it is spin, which is still India's strength to win the big matches, isn't it?
Of course, it's very important to bowl in the middle overs, and of course we, Varun and Akshar, playing together, it's a luxury to have, and everyone have a different role, you know. So obviously they started really well after 10-11 overs they were like 100 for 1, and we knew that if we get a couple of early wickets, then probably not early, but after that, you know, after 10 overs we got a couple of wickets from him, then obviously it's not gonna easy for new batter to come and score runs easily, and obviously when I was bowling the 4th over, I was looking to get them out.
Did you at any stage feel that this might turn out to be a different India-Pakistan match? Because while batting, that seemed to taken off, and even when you were chasing, you know, they were on top at one stage.
Yes, if you see the trend in the last few matches, the first 10 overs everyone is going berserk, and if they don't lose wickets, so after that we knew that we can, if we bowl on the right space and right line and length, we can curtail them down. And obviously I would like to mention Hari, and he's a guy who's done a lot of work behind the scenes, and due credit to him also.
Very nice of you guys to have him there, and yeah.
Every before the game, he just sent the screenshot of the lengths where you're gonna bowl to the batters, and especially big thank to Hari, and obviously masterclass from Tilak. You know, he was unbelievable today.
Yeah. Nice gesture, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We've got Simon Toole, and he's got Shubman Gill with him.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sanjay. Shubman, congratulations. How's that one feel?
Pretty amazing. I'm in the whole tournament unbeaten, so feels pretty amazing to be here in this position.
You've got one of the best seats in the house from our point of view, opening the batting with Abhishek. Your partnership, your combination, your camaraderie and your friendship. What is that like?
Pretty amazing. You know, we have played almost all our cricket together, and I think we know each other pretty much inside out, and it's amazing to be able to bat with him. The way he bats takes off the pressure of the non-striker whosoever is there, and he's been phenomenal from this tournament.
Been some tense moments tonight, I think. What were your thoughts sitting in the dugout with the rest of the team? What was the chat? What was the conversation?
I mean, the conversation was to take it as deep as possible. The target wasn't much, but it was important to soak in the pressure in the start. Losing 3 wickets early, never easy. But I think the way first the partnership for us with Sanju and Tilak, how they batted, and then how Dubey came in and hit those big sixes for us was very important.
And you've seen the likes of Tilak and Shivam and obviously Rinku come and do those sorts of things for a few years now, so there wouldn't have been too many worries.
Final playing against them, 30 runs in 3 overs. There wasn't much panic, but the game can go both ways. We have seen, especially on a slow kind of a wicket, the boundaries are big here, so you really need to connect to be able to get those sixes. And like I said, the way both of them batted, first soaked in the pressure and then got the balls in the zone, and they made sure that they hit it out of the park.
Oh, terrific one. Congratulations. Well played.
Thank you.
Right, Sanjay, back to you.
There is one of my favorite players, Sanju Samson. The thing that he does, when India is in trouble, he just comes in and whacks one ball out of the ground, and suddenly the opposition is back on the mat.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the pressure actually. So I have not played many India Park games, but today I think the pressure was all over there, and 3 wickets down in the power play. So I just had to use my experience, calm the nerves down, and just watch the ball and react. That's what I did, and it came off nicely. I think I had a really good partnership with Tilak and really enjoyed playing the game today.
The first 6 overs was typical Indian style, trying to hit everything out of the ground. But your partnership was a reminder to everyone that India is now starting to slowly change their approach because the pitch and maybe the conditions and the match situation demanded it.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. As you all know that the game dictates what type of cricket you need to play, and according to the conditions, you have to respect the conditions, you have to respect the situation. I think that's what we have learned. Years and years of IPL, years and years of cricket, and that's what cricket has taught us. So I just had to go out there and then look to time the ball, and that's what really helped me.
And do you prefer these kind of India-Pakistan matches, slightly closer matches, or one-sided are better?
No, closer ones are really good. That's when your characters are being tested, and that's when you also get to test your own mental ability. So I think that's a really good awareness which we had just before the World Cup. I think this game was really crucial. Some of these knockout games do actually prepare us for the big games coming a few months ago.
And you've made some pertinent contributions, so well done on that, and keep up the good work, keep winning championships. Well done.
Sanjay and Simon, thank you very much. Always nice to hear from the players. Great to get their emotions and their atmosphere down there on the park. And also wonderful to see a game go right down to the very end, winning with 2 balls to spare. As we look back at the batting card, Sharma didn't get going today, neither Gill nor the captain, Suryakumar Yadav. But Tilak was outstanding with a 69 off 53, Samson 24, Dubey terrific with his 33 as well. Rinku just the 1 ball before. Tilak Varma was really terrific. He's been really good throughout the entire tournament. 4 6 and 3 4s. Some really important shots that he played today. None more than the 6 we'll see right at the very end, I think. Really was outstanding work, and this was a big over. And he got hold of Haris Rauf. Certainly gave him some treatment, and that 6 was magnificent as well. So magnificent stuff from him. It's been a superb performance from Tilak Varma. And let's look at the partnerships. Again, nothing at the top. Have to go down to 57 between Tilak Varma and Sanju Samson. Really 50 deliveries, 42 deliveries for that 6 between Tilak and also Dubey. And Dubey was the chief run scorer actually in that partnership, which shows us how well he played. Righto. Really good shot from Shivam Dubey. Came out there and he actually outscored his partner. Did it quite comfortably. A couple of these lusty blows, particularly on the leg side, was so important at this stage. That was a big boundary. 1 bounce 4. And that just got them a little bit ahead of the game at that stage. Just put enormous pressure back on Pakistan. Bowling line-up, 1 for 20 off Shaheen Jaffer Afridi's 4 overs. 3 for 29 for Him Ashraf. Good work from him, of course, and picked up a pretty important wicket of Abhishek right at the top. Mohammad Nawaz, we didn't see more than 1 over from him again, which is a little bit strange. Hardly seen him throughout the entire tournament. 1 for 29 for Ahmed. Haris Rauf got some tap. Let's look at the match summary. Pakistan batting first. Been asked about first after India won the toss. 146 they got. They were going beautifully at one stage. They were 113 for 1. They lost their last 9 wickets for 33 runs. Courtney was outstanding. Picked up 3 wickets in his last over as well. Bumrah picked up a couple at the right time. Axe, we heard from now, also picked up a couple. An Indian reply, 150 for 5, and got home with 2 balls to spare with Tilak 69 out of 59, 53 the top scorer, and Fahim 3 for 29. Let's have a look at that winning moment again. Rinku was out there, he'd only faced the one delivering the entire tournament, and that's what he did. Today, hit it for 4 to see India home by 5 wickets with 2 balls to spare. Look at the emotion from the coaches. Terrific to see these reactions from the players. So good to have a really tight final. How often it is the finals can be one-sided. Not this one. It was a scrap all the way, which makes it even more enjoyable for the team that gets up. Superb stuff. Lots of fireworks during the play and also after. So congratulations to India. They are the champions, of course. They'll be delighted with this victory, winning the Asia Cup 2025. We're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we'll have the presentation. We'll hear from the captains and find out who the player of the match was.
बच्चन केबीसी के पवेलियन एंड से मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं और मेरे सामने हॉट सीट की क्रीज पर जमे हुए हैं कैलाश जी। इन्होंने कंप्यूटर जी के एक से एक क्वेश्चन बाउंड्री के पार भेज दिया है। 15वां प्रश्न 1 करोड़ रुपए दे रहा हूं।
सर ये डीएफओ कप क्या है? पूरे इंडिया की फुटबॉल टीम खेल रही है। कश्मीर के बिना पूरा इंडिया कैसे होगा?
सर हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब के साथ यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियल मैड्रिड बनो। यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं सर इज्जत भी मिलेगी, जिसके लिए कश्मीरी बरसों से तरस रहे
हैं। आज ओपनर की हवा और एक ही सवाल पूछती है, पता कुछ में अलग है क्या?
Oh my God!
India's Got Talent 4 अक्टूबर से रात 9:30 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन पर।
This is extra innings. What a match! What a game to close out an edition of the DP World Asia Cup 2025. This was definitely not one-sided at all like the previous 2 meetings between these 2 sides. India versus Pakistan. The feelings were high, the emotions were skyrocketing. It was a match that ebbed and flowed, but it ended with India's depth that outdid Pakistan. Tilak steadied the ship after India lost the first 3 within the first 4 overs of the innings, supported really well by Sanju Samson and Shivam Dubey, but it was Rinku Singh who faced his very first ball of the tournament and hit the winning runs. India have won the India versus Pakistan final of the DP World Asia Cup by 5 wickets and are the new champions of this competition. To talk about this match, I have with me in studio Ravi Shastri and Wasim Akram. At the halfway mark, we thought it was going to be a one-sided affair. What a game to close off this tournament.
A game worthy, worthy of a final. You know, in front of a full house, 20-3, you know, where the fortunes ebbed and flowed. You know, when Pakistan were bowled out for 147, you thought, you know, if India get off to a good start, they should do it easily. But they fought hard, 3 wickets, and then 2 good back-to-back partnerships, which brought India back on track, and then the nerve of Tilak towards the end. I mean, it's people who are watching don't realize how big an innings that is. You know, the pressure out there the things that can go through your mind, when to play the big shot, and his shot selection, the way he targeted the bowlers, which end to hit the sixes from, I think, absolutely first class. He didn't put a foot wrong under extreme pressure.
Wasim, it's safe to say that every fan walking out of this stadium tonight is going to think every dirham they paid for this ticket. Paisa Wasim.
Yeah, I'm happy. It was a good game, close game. But congratulations to India, the worthy champions, 7 out of 7, winning this in style. At one stage, like Shaz says, they were 4 for 77. And it's not an easy wicket to bat a bowl on. A lot of mistakes were made by Pakistani captain with their bowling changes. Haris Rauf went for 15, 3.4 overs. He's unfortunately a run machine as a bowler, and especially against India. I mean, I'm not criticizing him, the whole country is criticizing him. And he doesn't play red ball cricket. He's not going to improve, he's not going to play red. So you don't want a player in your team who refuse to play red ball cricket. At least play 4-5 first class games. You want to improve your length, and his run-up is not the slowest run-up. I was talking to Vakar, and I said, how come he hasn't fixed his run-up in the last 4-5 years since he's been playing? He said he doesn't play red ball cricket.
No, and last ball of the over, you bowled the worst delivery. You bowled well. Your experience, you played franchise cricket all around the globe.
Wickets as well.
100 plus wickets, but to close an over is such an important thing. You bowl outside the off-stump 5 ball, and then you bowl a full toss, last ball, and the whole release of pressure. And he did it time and time again.
And a lot of mistakes were made with Captain Salman Agha. He's an off-spinner himself. That's why he's playing in the team as an all-rounder. He hasn't bowled that over, maybe 1 over in this tournament. There were left-handers. Sam Ayub bowled brilliantly, 3 overs given away 16 runs, never seen again. And then Ibrar was bowling amazingly well from that end. Changed him, gave a over to Haris Rauf, who went for 17, took Abrar at the other end, and Abrar got hammered. So yeah, a lot of drop catches can happen. But I think in the end, again credit to Indian. Tilak Verma, the way he batted under pressure, that was unbelievable.
And Mohammad Nawaz, just one rule. His theory of left-hander to left-hander should be thrown out of the window. It means if you're a left-arm spinner, if a left-hander is batting, you don't bowl.
That might work in league cricket.
In league cricket, it does make sense. And you have the coach there. You said in the start of the tournament, he's one of the best left-arm spinners in the world. And you give him 1 over, he concedes 6 runs. He's your most experienced spinner. So I think something was amiss there.
Right. Well, it all unraveled for Pakistan in both those innings as they progressed. They really had their pedal on the gas at the start of both the innings. Indian cricket fans were definitely sitting up, nervous. But then it was the likes of Kuldeep Yadav, the likes of Tilak Verma, Sanju Samson, Shivam Dubey, who really created that pressure when it was needed most. That mentality.
Look, I've been saying this since this tournament started, that Pakistan will struggle against these 2 spinners. And they did again in the middle. We got about 90 odd for 1 in 10 overs a game. I mean, Kuldeep went for 29 in his 3 overs, got a wicket. In the last over, he got 3 wickets and given away 1 run, and that was a white ball. So what that shows? That shows these boys have no clue against this mystery spinners. They pre-planned shot, okay, is bowling this delivery, I just gonna play 1 shot slot to it. And every time, take it out. You can't do this against quality spin bowling. You've got to improve your batting. Go back to basics, go back first class cricket, and stop giving them permission to play league cricket. Done. There should be a clause in a contract. Any contracted player, if he wants to get paid monthly, he has to play a certain amount of first class game every year.
Because there's no thoughtlessness of taking discipline. It's just a big hit for 6. And so when your thought process is there, that means you're obviously not picking the spin. You're just waiting, you're playing the numbers game and then going for the big shot. And Kuldeep's, he's a smart bowler, he's a smart operator, he mixes it up, he varies his pace and lengths, and was rewarded.
A lot to think about for Pakistan now that they go back to the drawing board. But for India, it's a night of celebration as they've won the 2025 DP World Asia Cup in the T20 international format. It's only right that we take a look at the winning moment of the day once again.
Royal Glitz winning moment, brought to you by Asian Paints. Glitz up your decor.
Rinku Singh has played 1 delivery this Asia Cup, and it's the one that will be remembered the most.
Oh yes, there's no question about that. Not easy. When you're warming the benches for 6 games, and suddenly you're picked in the big game because of an injury to a player, and then you go at that stage of the innings, it's very easy to mess it up. He's done that time and time again in IPL cricket, so he's got the experience, and with the field up, it made it a lot easier.
In fact, I have something really special to show everybody in studio tuning in to us before the tournament started. On the 6th of September, the Indian boys sat down at Sony Sports Network and had their media day. So each of them was handed a card and they were asked to write down their manifestation for this tournament. Now, Rinku Singh has willed those winning runs into his life because on 6th of September, Rinku Singh wrote down he wanted to hit the winning runs of the Asia Cup. And
Incredible.
That's exactly what has happened. Even more of a coincidence, Tilak Verma wrote scoring runs in the final and winning the tournament. And that's exactly what Tilak Verma has done. 2 of 2, gentlemen. And then there's Varun Chakravarti. He writes India with an unbeaten streak to win this competition. That's what's happened. That's the belief. These men have manifested this win into their Sanju Samson saying India champions and Shivam Dubey as well. They've worked really hard.
You've got at least three, all three of them have a second career, a fortune builders. And you know, it's a big business in India, Joshi, you know, and for them to think like that,
that is awesome.
That is terrific. I mean, for Tilak to put that, and then Rinku Singh played one game. I mean, what are the odds on him hitting the winning run?
One ball.
On the 6th, he decided that he's going to be in the final, he's going to walk out, and just that one delivery. I mean, you talk about mindset, but to have that internal belief and then bring these things into your life is just really special.
It's not just belief, it's the hard work behind the belief, it's the talent behind the belief. When they realize how they are as a team, they back each other, they support each other, doesn't matter what the situation is. I mean, they showed in this tournament, if you see their record before this game, there were 29 games, 30 games they played, they lost only one game. I'm talking about, that's the World Cup final. And then every game, either it's 50 or a T20 they won, so it's consistency. That's what matters to me as an ex-cricketer, as a Pakistani. I think that's very rarely seen at international team at this level, especially in this day and age.
Consistency is exactly what we saw from the men in blue through the course of the DP World Asia Cup 2025. 6 matches unbeaten before they came into this final this Sunday evening here at the Dubai International Stadium, and they did exactly what was expected of them from so many Indian cricket fans tuning in from around the world. Rinku Singh and Tilak Verma finishing things off for India, completely charged up emotionally and so much passion, just letting it all out, leaving it all there on the field, getting the job done, believing and manifesting the dream of so many Indian fans. It is time for a short break. We'll see you on the other side.
Got it all, player of the match, brought to you by Maruti Suzuki Victoris.
We saw some incredible action in today's game, and there were some fantastic performances. There was this one performance, though, that had it all. Just like the Maruti Suzuki Victoris got it all.
Now, straight to deep mid-wicket. Tilak Verma, I think it is out there at deep mid-wicket. Varun Chakravarti has got India's first, and boy, do they need that.
Slice it and taken by a delivery outside off some outside his reach. He played that shot, got the top edge, and a very simple catch. Got a very important wicket of informed batter Fakhar Zaman.
फिर से चल पड़ी है आज ओपनर की हवा और एक ही सवाल पूछती है पता कुछ में अलग है क्या?
Oh my God!
India's Got Talent 4 अक्टूबर से रात 9:30 बजे सोनी लिव और सोनी एंटरटेनमेंट टेलीविजन।
सर ये डीएफओ कप क्या है? पूरे इंडिया की फुटबॉल टीम खेल रही है। कश्मीर के बिना पूरा इंडिया कैसे होगा?
पर हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब की जरूरत है। यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियल मैड्रिड बनो। यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं सर इज्जत भी मिलेगी, जिसके लिए कश्मीरी बरसों से तरस रहे हैं।
The biggest night of football you can't miss. 3 giants. Renewed. Reloaded. Reignited. Witness the night of pure football drama. UEFA Champions League live on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network. The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by UEFA Champions League official sponsors.
மெர்சிகின்ற குருவி காணாமல் போனது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது.
அந்த பொண்ணு உங்கள்கிட்ட பேசும்போது சந்தேகப்படுற மாதிரி வித்தியாசம் ஏதாவது தோணுச்சா?
இல்லை சார்.
இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் பணம் வராது சார்.
லிஸ்ட் போனால் பணம் வராது.
आपने इतने सारे स्टार्टअप्स को स्पॉट किया है जो आगे जाकर यूनिकॉर्न बन रहे हैं. What do you think of our idea?
It's a really shitty idea. पक्के उसको पहुंच जाओ. That way.
तो क्या करना है?
मैं आपके साथ काम करना चाहता हूँ. आपके विजन को रियलिटी बनाना चाहता हूँ. हम जो करने जा रहे हैं वो रिस्की तो नहीं. Sir, but the biggest risk is not taking any risk.
मैं हूं अमिताभ बच्चन केबीसी के पवेलियन एंड से मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं और मेरे सामने हॉट सीट की क्रीज पर जमे हुए हैं कैलाश जी. इन्होंने कंप्यूटर जी के एक से एक क्वेश्चन बाउंड्री के पार भेज दिया है. 15वां प्रश्न 1 करोड़ रुपए. ये रहा.
Taking any risk. कश्मीर की नई पहचान की शुरुआत कैसे हो सकती है ये मुझे पता है. सर, हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब की जरूरत है. यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियल मैड्रिड बनाओ. यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं सर, इज्जत भी मिलेगी. सर,
This is extra innings.
इस एशिया कप में अगर आप खुद के परफॉर्मेंस के लिए कुछ मैनिफेस्ट करना चाहेंगे तो वो क्या है?
बस मैं यही चाहता हूँ कि मेरे बैट से विनिंग रन निकले वो फाइनल में.
Rinku Singh did exactly that. He hit the winning runs in the final of the DP World Asia Cup 2025. This is how things went down. India won the toss, decided to bowl first for Pakistan. An 84-run opening stand set them up nicely, but then the wickets started to fall courtesy of the Indian spin attack. 4 for Kuldeep, 2 for Akshar and Varun, and 2 for Jasprit Bumrah. In response, India had 147 runs to chase. They lost their first 3 within the first 4 overs of the innings, but Tilak Verma steadied that ship along with Shivam Dube and Sanju Samson, and ultimately it was Rinku Singh who ended up hitting those winning runs of 4, and India won this DP World Asia Cup 2025 by 5 wickets. And let's take a look at that for one more time. I don't think fans of Indian cricket are going to get tired of that shot and that celebration for a long time to come now. The passion, the excitement from being able to do it. Rinku Singh can hardly believe that this is exactly what he wanted at the start of the tournament, and this is what he's got. What an ability to will something into his life from Rinku Singh. Welcome on our show. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and manifestation, I think there is some, truth to that. But, I was with Simon too downstairs, waiting to do our things after the game. And when I saw Rinku Singh take strike and what 2 or 3 needed, this was the only outcome because he's actually a fabulous player who hasn't played enough for India. This is a guy, if they needed 3 sixes, we'll get to that as well because he's hit 5 sixes in the IPL. So yeah, well done to him. And that is the kind of confidence that, feeds you because he's not played in the tournament and suddenly you're there in the big game and hitting the winning run. So I asked him in the post-match, how many balls in the tournament? And he said just the one. The one that mattered. So that's another way to do it. Yeah,
but you've been downstairs. What's the vibe like? What's the energy in the camp?
I'm seeing the young players getting very excited. Varun Chakravarti is not somebody who talks too much, but he wanted to be there. He got Hari, the support staff member there. Kuldeep Yadav is excited. Tilak Verma is the obvious star. But Sanju Samson, they all look very happy. And you can see all the younger players coming on the center stage and being comfortable with it. They were ready to enjoy the moment and wanted to express, how they were feeling. So So we are seeing that form transition happening from senior players to junior players now becoming the stars, and the game changes and the confidence that comes with it.
That's the difference between India, Pakistan, and India against anybody else. You know that it's especially if it's a tight match like this. You know, it's a sense of relief. It's a big relief that you've gone past the finishing line and you want to enjoy it.
And I remember Bumrah saying in the interview before the game that 2016, when he entered the Indian dressing room, he was unsure about his own ability, whether he's ready and ready to excel at the international level. He's saying, I'm watching all these young players in the dressing room, and none of them feel they don't belong there. They already have that confidence, and that is something, you know, your team had in the 90s, right? It was a very confident dressing room. So any new player came in, he thought he was a world beater. And that is exactly what is happening with all these young players. Look at Rinku Singh, you know, no nerves, first game of the tournament we thought. But it's when you had that climate in the dressing room where everyone thinks, you know, he's good, there's not a negative word said, it's a great place to be.
Yeah, and how does that impact the dressing room? Just knowing that there's so much confidence in there. On a given day, that confidence turns into swagger, and this is really a team of match winners.
And this is what IPL cricket is, because they're not overall. They play in front of big crowds. There are a lot of pressure matches. They rub shoulders with the best players in the world. You know, there are a lot of international players in that dressing room as well. So, you know, you don't suffer from those complexes. Players would suffer 15, 20 years ago when they made it into the dressing room. Here they're playing every day. There's enough practice. You sometimes need 35, 40 runs in the last 3 overs. They've been there, done it. Tilak Verma has done it, you know, so many times for Mumbai Indians. Rinku Singh, you know, for KKR or whoever he plays for. And it's sometimes you've got to give credit where it's due. You know, IPL has absolutely given these young players the stage to showcase their talent.
See, Abhishek, what is his age? He's what, 22, 23. So when the IPL started, he would have been 8 years old. And that is an impressionable age. So what are you watching? You're watching this tournament where you see all these, you know, big stars of the world, a tournament where everyone watches, talks about it. So you are aspiring for that. So that game, from a very young age, is aimed towards excelling on that platform. And that is the confidence that Ravi is talking
tournament
about.
he had, Abhishek Sharma.
Yes.
200 strike rates, 300 plus runs, 51 boundaries. Just unheard of. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
A very rarely seen talent like Abhishek Sharma. And coming back to, there's no point talking about Pakistan. India won the champions and the Asia Cup winners, 7 out of 7. But I think cricket need to sit down and think what went wrong.
They almost won the game, so that must give you some hope.
Not really. It's winning, whether it's winning or not winning. I mean, losing. There's no almost winning for me. Or for anyone, I suppose, even for you guys. So either you win or either you lose. But okay, ball went till the last over, yes, but a lot of mistakes were made. I discussed it before by the captain. And Mohammad Hafiz tweeted in Urdu, he said, Captain Ji, you're an off spinner as well. So he hasn't bowled today against the left arms. There were 2 left arms batting, Dubey and Tilak. He should have come in, bowled himself.
But at the start of the tournament, we were talking about Sufyan Mukhi. He played a couple of matches, and I thought in these conditions, against India also, where you take pace off, that's the Pakistani bowler they'll fear more.
Like India today went with only one fast bowler and Dubey. Pakistan probably would have gone with Fahim and Shaheen and then would have played the extra spinners, but who's going to make these decisions?
And the pitch, there was no grass on the surface. We knew that it's going to get slower. As the game progresses, the spinners would come into play. Now you had spinners and you're not giving them their quota of overs. Sam Ayub, he had 1 over left. Mohammad Nawaz, 3 left. You know, so if you have bowlers in the side and you're not bowling them, it's a elementary error, which you were very costly.
It's very simple math in cricket. You pick 11 players and then you pick a captain. Captain has to have his place in the playing 11. You can't just pick a captain and then play 10 players. And that's unfortunately seen with the Pakistan cricket right now in this playing 11.
A lot to address for this team, Pakistan. There is a T20 World Cup looming large in a couple of months, so a lot of adjustments before they head into that one. But somebody who we want to make no adjustments with is the match winner for India today, Tilak Verma, and he is our performer of the day. If you have to show kids of this generation how to keep calm and play a calculative knock, is this going to be the video you show?
I'm glad he played in that fashion because Sunil Gavaskar was losing it. in commentary when he saw those wickets fall, where everybody was trying to go for a six. And this partnership, and Samson as well, who came in later, they had the big game. But somewhere they realized that they had to just tone that down and play a little sensitive. And they did it. He's a young player, but I thought Shivam Dubey and Tilak Verma came of age today. From now on, they just believe that they can be the best in the world.
Game awareness, we always talk about that. The state of the game,
But
what it demands.
Coach can't teach you that situation.
It has to come from within. It comes with experience. Now, choice of ends to play the pickup shot, the shorter boundary. Which bowler to target. When to go after Haris Rauf, when to switch gears. I mean, he did everything perfect.
You don't have to go after Haris Rauf. You give him some deliveries himself.
But you got to feel for him in a way because he's a fellow. I mean, he's a fast bowler.
No, I
who runs
understand
in
that,
and
but
is
he's
a
a
tough
main
format.
premier bowler. I can understand you're supposed to get in this format. But not every time under pressure. The control is not there because he doesn't play red ball cricket. PCB has to sit down and think, if you're not playing red ball cricket, thank you very much.
Yeah, but you can't take anything away from the way Tilak Verma played today. You think he's been flying under the radar a little bit, underrated? He deserves so much more?
Yeah, not anymore after seeing this. And the fact is, when Surya Kumar Yadav was at his peak, nobody could look beyond him because he had taken the T20 game to the next level. You had Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson and Abhishek Sharma opening and Samson getting the 300. So he had to make do with whatever little opportunity that he had. But here, he's shown that he can be a linchpin at that position. Even in the last game against Pakistan, he was the one who put the finishing touches. There's something about him, and it's something we saw in the IPL for Mumbai Indians. But now, I mean, when you look at his record, it is just a staggering record. But now, under pressure, he's delivering too.
I'm glad you mentioned Sanju Samson, because that was an important innings. He might have got out to a shot which he might regret, but that partnership was crucial. You had to steady the ship, and he played against the grain. He normally likes to come and attack, but showed great maturity in that little innings of his.
And it was absolutely needed from that match situation as well. This Indian side will be very happy. They're a young side and they've just won the DP World Asia Cup 2025. It is, however, time now for a short breather. We continue to talk about everything we've witnessed this evening at the Dubai International Stadium on the other side of this break.
सर ये डीएफओ कप क्या है?
पूरे इंडिया की फुटबॉल टीम खेल रही है. कश्मीर के बिना पूरा इंडिया कैसे होगा?
सर हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब के साथ यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियल मैड्रिड बना. यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं सर इज्जत भी मिलेगी, जिसके लिए कश्मीरी बरसों से तरस रहे हैं.
फिर से चल पड़ी है आज ओपनर की हवा और एक ही सवाल पूछती है, बता कुछ में अलग है क्या?
Oh my God!
Oh my God! India's Got Talent. Tarak 2 बजे answering 9 बजे Sony Live और Sony Entertainment Television.
The biggest night of football you can't miss. 3 giants. Renewed. Reloaded. Reignited. Witness the night of pure football drama. UEFA Champions League live on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network. The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by Oppo and Pepsi. UEFA Champions League official sponsors.
मैं हूं अमिताभ बच्चन. केबीसी के पवेलियन एंड से मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं और मेरे सामने हॉट सीट की क्रीज पर जमे हुए हैं कैलाश जी. इन्होंने कंप्यूटर जी के एक से एक क्वेश्चन बाउंड्री के पार भेज दिया है. 15वां प्रश्न 1 करोड़ रुपए. ये रहा.
आपने इतने सारे स्टार्टअप्स को स्पॉट किया है जो आगे जाके यूनिकॉर्न बने हैं. व्हाट डू यू थिंक ऑफ आवर आइडिया?
It's a really shitty idea. Give us what jobs. Accurate.
तो क्या करना है?
मैं आपके साथ काम करना चाहता हूँ. आपकी विजन को रियलिटी बनाना चाहता हूँ. हम जो करने जा रहे हैं वो रिस्की तो है. So, but the biggest risk is not taking any risk.
மெர்சிகின்ற சிறுமி காணாமல் போனது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது.
அந்த பொண்ணு உங்கள்கிட்ட பேசும்போது சந்தேகப்படுற மாதிரி வித்தியாசம் ஏதாவது தோணுச்சா?
இல்லை சார்,
இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் முடிகிற வரைக்கும் பணம் வராது.
பணம் வராது. Watch Barcelona versus PSG, 2nd October 12:30 AM, live on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network. The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by Opel and Pepsi. UEFA Champions League official sponsors.
आपने इतने सारे स्टार्टअप्स को स्पॉट किया है जो आगे जाकर यूनिकॉर्न्स बने हैं. What do you think of our idea?
It's a really shitty idea. पक्के उस बकवास जॉब से. I quit. What?
तो क्या करना है?
मैं आपके साथ काम करना चाहता हूँ. आपकी विजन को रियलिटी बनाना चाहता हूँ. हम जो करने जा रहे हैं वो रिस्की तो नहीं. Sir, but the biggest risk is not taking any risk.
This is Extra Innings. The men in blue have won the DP World Asia Cup 2025 and they've done it in spectacular fashion in a nail-biting final against arch rivals Pakistan, which went down to the wire with Tilak Varma and Rinku Singh out there in the middle till the end. Indian fans of cricket will be celebrating into the wee hours after an entertaining finish to this edition of the DP World Asia Cup 2025. India went unbeaten in the entire competition, and this isn't even the first time they've done so, which tells you how special of a unit this is. But what a great match. We also asked you to send in your fan pictures on Asian Paints, #HarHarBlue, and here are our contest winners showing off your Indian jersey, wearing your blue proudly. Congratulations to Chin, Anuradha and Dr. Akshay. What a fantastic way to round off this tournament, but it was India's wrecker-in-chief, Kuldeep Yadav, with a 4-for in the final, which made it to our top moment of the day.
Gripping moment brought to you by Seat, Cross Drive and Grip.
Whenever things are not going your way, you toss the ball to Kuldeep Yadav and he gets you results. That's been the mantra through this tournament.
Yes, and where he's improved a lot is temperament. He's got a big heart now. He even feels stacked and over. He wants to bounce back and look for wickets. He knows when to go for wickets and when just to look to complete. And the maturity shows in his adjustment of line and length as well. If he's had bowled a good over, 4-5 balls, he doesn't mind giving the single last and bowling for that, so that the finish is good. He doesn't go for a 6 or a boundary of the last
he's miles ahead in
So that maturity, when it comes to play, it's a very good start.
What a trajectory this man has had. The last 2 months, we saw India's red ball team in England. He sat out 5 test matches. Everybody asked questions. But to be able to hold your nerve, to come, be patient, come in, perform like that, there's a lot to be said.
It's a bit like intermittent fasting.
Okay.
You take long breaks from Test cricket and international cricket. So when you come back, come back very, very aggressive and ready for the challenge. I mean, he's incredible. This spell was slightly different, where he wasn't in the game straight away. He had a couple of difficult overs, and that's the amazing thing.
Don't worry, we had a middle order. They were clueless. They had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for me sitting in the morning. I said in the news channel that the only problem I had the middle order is they can't read the spinner, and they go slog sweep before the ball is even delivered. Planned. Okay, this ball I'm going to sweep because I don't know what's happening, and that's why Kuldeep is just a mystery bowler, and every time he's getting wickets. I'm not taking credit away from Kuldeep. I'm just telling Pakistani batters, go play first-class cricket. Okay, you might do well against weaker sides or inexperienced sides, but against big sides like India, bowlers like this, you're not going to win unless you have a plan, unless you read the ball from the hand. And that's what happened in third game in a row. They were clueless in the middle overs.
But for Kuldeep Yadav, what a performance. One for the ages, definitely. The way this tournament has gone, most wickets. How does he keep himself motivated? There's a big T20 World Cup coming up ahead. From bowler to bowler, what is
confidence, he's bowling well, he's bowling his pace beautifully. And this has happened to any cricketer. When your confidence is there, when you know you can conquer the world. And that's the stage he's in right now as a bowler. Doesn't matter the opposition, doesn't matter the pitch, doesn't matter the the conditions. He will come and bowl for you and give you wickets.
And he actually
speak of his bowling.
and he turns the ball big. He's one of the rare T20 spinners because you have these mystery bowlers who would maybe turn the ball a little bit. So even if it's not timed perfectly, you get the thick outside edge. It's still going for a six. This guy turns big. The leg spinner is a proper leg spinner like Warney used to. And the googly as well. He's getting the bounce, and gone are those days when he used to be slow off the pitch, that you could wait and pull it. So he's just become, he's covered all the weaknesses, the bases, and now just enjoying the ride.
And hard work, because his problem was the trajectory, when he started off. People could slot sweep him on a regular basis because of the pace in the air. Now he's worked on that trajectory, it's not that easy. Even to come down the track to him is not that easy. You're taking a chance. And what he does, he varies his length nicely. He'll bowl wide and he'll bowl a googly. So he can leave you stranded. So he's smart and he's improved with it.
Sometimes when you get a little flatter and quicker, you sacrifice turn. Because you just want to be quick. But his turn is intact. It's not like he's become quicker and the ball is not turning as much. So he's retained his main strength and covered the weakness. So yeah, he's in a great space.
Kuldeep Yadav definitely bought the goods, and we have a new kucha in town between Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep Yadav. Add Akshat Patel to the mix, and 8 wickets between them for that Pakistani batting lineup. Let's take a look at the fall of wickets once more.
Fall of wickets brought to you by Airtel Payment Bank, the safe second account.
Straight to deep wicket. Tilak Verma, I think it is out there a deep wicket. Varun Chakravarti has got India's first, and boy do they need that. Carrying it, taken. Looks a good shot, but the fielder has come around and will take the catch. Slice it and taken. He'll have another Broadway. Sanju Samson has called everyone else off, but he wants it. It's gone high and he takes it. Oh, it's not going to happen. Waqar nails the Yorker.
Fall of wickets brought to you by Airtel Payment Bank, the safe second account.
It was a game that ebbed and flowed, that twisted and turned and kept everyone at the edge of their seats. But our turning point of the day is Varun Chakravarti's 2 very important wickets. Take a look at this. Yeah, the first breakthrough in Saibzada Farhan, and then soon after, Fakhar Zaman had to depart as well. And that's where you think the game was lost, Wasim?
Yeah, I mean, they both got runs. He's got 50, he was good, and then he got himself out, and Fakhar. But again, I think they can't just get runs every game. Middle order has to push up. I mean, Sam Tallat had no clue when he came out to bat. Captain had no clue when he came out to bat. And when I realized when they said Shaheen Afridi instead of Fahim, who's a proper batter, so that means they're all over the shop.
Yeah.
Because if main batter can't read Kuldeep, how the hell Shaheen's gonna read Kuldeep? So that's where I thought they've lost the plot.
Yeah, it was bizarre just because he batted well and played those cameos, but those cameos were played against fast bowlers and right at the very end. Kuldeep Yadav is bowling with his tail up and you said Shaheen Afridi to hit him out of the attack. That's not going to happen.
9 wickets for 33. Inexplicable. I mean, you get yourself into a position where a 160, 170, even without the big hits and common sense, you should have got it. 160, 170, which is a good score in a final on a slowish track. But to blow it away that way, I think they themselves should blame.
Tactical errors from Pakistan.
Credit to, of course, the bowlers, the way they bowled, they put pressure on, the fielding was excellent. And again, they did well. I thought they get to at least 150. You read a wicket as a batter. You guys can tell in between, okay, this is not 180, this is 150 to 160 pitch. And you bat according to that. But it appears there was no communication between the batters when they were crossing through. Nobody was talking. Due to too much pressure, packed house against one of the top sides in the world.
But also the world #1 T20 international bowler Varun Chakravarti brought in and delivered the goods, and rightly so. He's holding that #1 spot.
He is, because that's his role. You know, ever since he's come in, he's made a massive difference. Even when you see him warming up, you know, when you're down with set, the pace at which he bowls, the control, you know, the control with the fingers, it's strong fingers, not easy. It's much like
Can
Sunil
you
Narine.
explain it to us? You worked with him. To me, it appears he bowled carom ball with the same action and the off-break googly with the same action.
Same action, and now he gives a lot more side spin. Where he's improved. You know, where
Because
when he's
usually you can pick the carom board and the googly, but with him you can't.
You can't. And if the ball is gripping, like it did a little today, then he's a handful. You know, forget scoring off him. You know, he's bound to get you wickets. If he goes for 25, 30 runs, guaranteed 2 wickets there.
And the key is that he pitches the ball in a spot where you can actually hit it for a 6 if you pick it rightly and make the right connection. But he has this confidence that it's not easy to hit him from that spot. It's not like he's a big turner, but he feeds on bowling it there for you. He sort of challenges you. I bowled it there. Let's see what he
As a
makes.
bowler, he picks up straight away, picks up what sort of batsman is in front of him. Either he's reading him or not. The minute he realizes he's not hitting him, he pitches it up. He takes a risk.
Yeah, this also is wide, Ravi, but it's again right up. You'll never see him bowl short.
A real thinking bowler, Varun Chakravarti. He's also an architect. He spends his free time designing houses for his friends and then comes onto the field and does
What a
this.
talent.
He's a qualified architect.
I would have known I paid 50 lakhs to my architect.
And he's qualified. But you know, the disappointment now of this Asia Cup is the match is over half an hour ago. And the players are being made to wait to lift the trophy or that presentation ceremony to happen. The crowd is ridiculous. The crowd is, they're right, they're making a noise. It's worthy of a final game.
Right.
And then you hang around for 45 minutes of the game, still not knowing what's happening. It's ridiculous.
Right, we'll bring you updates on that presentation ceremony very soon. But it's time now for a short breather on our show. You don't go anywhere because that presentation ceremony is coming up and a lot more on the other side. So come right back.
फिर से चल पड़ी है आज वो हुनर की हवा, और एक ही सवाल पूछती है बता, कुछ में अलग फेंक गया।
Oh my God!
Oh my God! India's Got Talent, 4 अक्टूबर से रात 9 बजे Sony Live और Sony Entertainment Television।
सर ये डीएफओ कप क्या है? पूरे इंडिया की फुटबॉल टीम खेल रही है। कश्मीर के बिना पूरा इंडिया कैसे होगा? सर हमें एक प्रोफेशनल फुटबॉल क्लब के साथ यहाँ कबाड़ खाने में तुम कश्मीर का रियल मैड्रिड बना। यहाँ के लोगों को सिर्फ काम नहीं सर, इज्जत भी मिलेगी, जिसके लिए कश्मीरी बरसों से तरस रहे हैं।
மெர்சிக்கு காணாமல் போனது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது.
அந்த பொண்ணு உங்கள்கிட்ட பேசும்போது சந்தேகப்படுற மாதிரி வித்தியாசமா ஏதாவது தோணுச்சாங்க? இல்லை சார்.
இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் முடியிற வரைக்கும் பணம் வராது சார். போலீஸ்ட்டு போனால் பணம் வராது.
आपने इतने सारे स्टार्टअप्स को स्पॉट किया है जो आगे जाकर यूनिकॉर्न बने हैं. What do you think of our idea?
It's a really shitty idea. पक्के उसको कॉन्स एक्ट
तो क्या करना है?
मैं आपके साथ काम करना चाहता हूँ, आपकी विजन को रियलिटी बनाना चाहता हूँ। हम जो करने जा रहे हैं वो रिस्की तो नहीं सर, बट द बिगेस्ट रिस्क इज नॉट टेकिंग एनी रिस्क।
मैं हूं अमिताभ बच्चन, केबीसी के पेविलियन एंड से मैं आपका स्वागत करता हूं और मेरे सामने हॉट सीट की क्रीज पर जमे हुए हैं कैलाश जी। इन्होंने कंप्यूटर जी के एक से एक क्वेश्चन बाउंड्री के पार भेज दिया है। 15वां प्रश्न 1 करोड़ रुपए दे रहा हूं।
The biggest night of football you can't miss. 3 giants. renewed, reloaded, reignited. Witness the night of pure football drama. UEFA Champions League, live on Sony Live and Sony Sports Network. The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by Oppo and Pepsi, UEFA Champions League official sponsors.